All right, guys, thank you so much and welcome. This is Stephan Piscano with Vacation Wealth Partners and reinvestor.com. And if you're seeing this video right now, you probably inquired about this oceanfront property that we had in Destin, Florida, that we were paying out a 13 to 16% secured return on. This property is actually sold out, but I've got something better for you that I'm a little excited about that I think you're going to be excited about as well. Over the last 11 years now, time goes by quick, I've been a part of purchasing more than 300 units using owner financing. Now, these have ranged from full-time rental properties in Las Vegas, where we at one point had more than 170 units producing cash flow for us every month, to what we do now with Vacation Wealth Partners and properties like the one that you inquired on, to where we're buying oceanfront properties in Florida, we're buying properties in Park City, Utah, at some of the top ski resorts in the country, California, Portland, Oregon, you name it. We've been able to use this strategy to acquire dozens and dozens of units in some of the top vacation destinations around the world, and then use these properties not only to generate consistent monthly cash flow for ourselves and our investors and partners, but to actually be able to create experiences and memories with our family and people that we love at these beautiful properties. We've been able to do all this not only by working together, but by using the formula that I've been able to perfect over the last decade plus to buy these properties exclusively using owner financing. So today what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up the kimono a little bit, and I'm going to talk with you about how we buy these properties, how we negotiate the terms, and how we can be protected in any market and know that regardless of what happens with inflation, regardless of what happens in the economy, regardless of what happens in the values of the properties themselves, we honestly don't care. I always say that the thing I care about the least when we buy these properties is the price, and that's genuinely true because everything we do is based on cash flow. One thing I want to talk with you about too is while we focus on this from an investment standpoint, and that's where it's really the most powerful, you can use what I'm going to teach you for your personal life as well. We're going to talk about my best friend, Kent Littlejohn, and business partner, one of the founders of the company with me as well, and how we use this strategy to buy his home, his personal residence, and hopefully he'll block some of this out. This is just one of the pieces of paper we use as a memorandum. When he was able to buy a $1.3 million property with $10,000 down. And I'm going to show you some photos. In Ohio, 1.3 goes a lot further than it does in California. So when you see his house, you're going to think it's a $12 million property. And again, being able to purchase a property like that with $10,000 down, that's one of the best properties I've ever seen and the best terms we've ever been able to negotiate. So they're not all going to be like that, but it can change your life. It can change your quality of your lifestyle. And let's say you think you can afford a $400,000 house, maybe using this strategy, you might find that you can actually negotiate it to where your down payment and your monthly payment will be cheaper than what you would have paid with a bank financing loan on an $800,000 house. These are all real life strategies that I've used time and time again for myself, for my family, for my friends like Kent, for all the investors that work with me and get these fixed returns paid out to them like clockwork every month on these vacation properties and before on the full-time rentals. And now for the first time, I'm going to share all of this with you. So this is something that I've been asked about literally for pretty much since day one from partners and friends is, can you teach me how to do this myself? So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to walk you through some of the opportunities to learn this strategy, to perfect it, and then we're going to stay with you and become your partner to where when you use the formula after you've mastered it, which will be pretty rapidly, you'll be surprised how easy this is to learn and how quickly you can execute on it if you're driven and if you want to change your life as a real estate investor. It can happen for you in literally a matter of weeks, in some cases even a matter of days. It doesn't take months, it certainly doesn't take years. All you have to do is be willing to learn, be coachable, and be driven to execute on the fundamentals we teach. But it's not just that. It doesn't end there with the knowledge. We don't just say, okay, here's the information and go out on your own and let me know how it works out. What we then become is your funding partner if you want it, if you need it. We become your source for not only raising capital for the deals you find, but we become your source for creating opportunities and using our infrastructure from a marketing standpoint to help drive traffic to find you deals. We give you all the paperwork that you need to negotiate the contracts properly to make sure that once you've negotiated the best possible terms, that those terms are actually secured and you know you're protected as an investor and as a buyer. One of the things that you may or may not know about me, if you're already in my network, is I own the largest real estate group on LinkedIn, which is the Real Estate Networking Group. All told, we've got 2.2 million members in our database, and it's growing all the time. So that gives us a huge advantage, not only to communicate with you, not only to raise capital from investors, but to be able to get a pulse of the market, find hotbed areas that the public doesn't see. We always have a little sense based on the algorithm of seeing the communication within our groups on LinkedIn, within our email database. When you've got 2.2 million people in the real estate sector, we get a pulse on what's happening with the market before it gets out in the news. And once you partner with us, you get access to that as well. And so what happens is you get a weekly hot sheet of the areas that we're targeting. You get to see the areas we're excited about and why. You get that second level statistics that you can use and factor into the formula that you've already learned, and then use that with your own personal goals and your own personal knowledge to make sure that you're targeting the locations and the types of properties that are going to fit your lifestyle best. Because honestly, all of us have different goals. All of us have different budgets. All of us have different time that we want to put into this. You might be obsessed with real estate like I am. You might want to do this 16 hours a day, every day, 7 days a week, because it might not only be a source of great cash flow for you, it might be something that you truly love and it gives you happiness. Or it might be something that you want to spend, 6-7 hours a week on. And if that's the case, that's fine too. But we give you the tools, the resources, and the access to be able to execute this however you see fit and make sure that you're really creating a lifestyle that you want as a real estate investor and as a deal maker. So you're going to see on the screen the Let's Chat button. Click that box, schedule a time with me personally. I'm going to reach out to you. We're going to talk a little bit about what the program entails. We're going to talk about how you can learn, how quickly you can get started, and we're going to get you enrolled in the program. And I promise you, it's going to be a life changer for you. One thing I'll tell you too, everyone that takes the time to hit that Let's Chat button below and schedule the conversation with me now, you're actually going to get a free thank you gift from me. And should you choose to participate in the program, we're going to guarantee in writing that you will get your first property under contract with this strategy and this formula without using any of your own money, unless you want to, of course, within the first 60 days of scheduling this call. So that's how confident I am in it. This is something that I know works. My partners know it works. We've been doing it over 300 plus units, and now I'm excited to share this with you and become your partner as well. So thank you again for all that you do. Thank you for listening to this, and I hope I'll be talking with you directly soon.